In today's video, we're going to be talking about Nightbot, what it is, how to use it, and how to set it up. Generally speaking, using a bot while you're live streaming is a great tool to give more accessibility to your viewers and your moderators. And using Nightbot is one of the easiest bots to use if you're a Twitch streamer or a YouTube streamer. Right now, Facebook doesn't have support for this bot in particular. And Nightbot is one of the least complicated to use and set up. Things like managing your chat, having repeating commands that give information about you as the streamer. It can help you run giveaways, and so much more. We're going to cover it all in today's video. All you need is a Twitch or YouTube channel and the internet. Before we get into the video, I want to remind you that if you are a content creator looking to boost your revenue and your interaction with your viewers, you need to check out Streamloots. Streamloots is essentially a card-based interaction which allows your viewers to support you by buying your Streamloots chests and then play cards during your live stream to troll you and create some really funny moments. To start boosting your revenue and your interaction, make sure to go to streamloots.com and register for a free account today. Link in the description below or click the title at the top of the screen. And as usual, if you enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's talk about Nightbot. To get started, we're going to go to nightbot.tv. Once there, we're going to click login, and this is going to allow us to connect with our YouTube channel or our Twitch channel. For me, that's going to be Twitch. This will bring us to the Nightbot Dashboard, which is going to give us access to all of the different features that Nightbot offers. For example, commands, giveaways, logs, regulars, song requests, spam protection, timers, and integrations. We're going to go over each one of these and explain a little bit about how to use it and what they do. Before we get into each of these features, it's important to understand if you have other bots that might have similar commands that you'd make within Nightbot. Before we get into each of these features, it's important to note that if you have multiple bots interacting with your channel already, that you don't have crossover commands. What I mean by that is if you have a command such as !host, both of your bots will trigger the response to that command, and they might be a little bit different depending on how you make it in Nightbot versus how it's been made in a previous bot. Just something to be aware of. The best way to manage this is to either ban a previous bot that you're not using anymore by typing /ban and then the bot name, or simply having an awareness of the commands you might want to add in Nightbot and not making them the same as other bots. Alright, so let's look at the dashboard, which is right here. Basically what this is going to show you is some of your chat stats once the bot's engaged with your chat, as well as top chatters, top commands that are used, recent events, and recent timeouts. Just a general overview. With the commands feature, we're going to be able to set up custom commands and see some of the default commands that are already integrated with Nightbot. The default commands are going to be a list of things that can be typed into the chat and whether or not they're enabled. The default commands are going to include things like !commands, which is going to give your viewers and your moderators a list of the commands that they can use. I recommend looking through all of these to see which ones might already be integrated that you don't have to recreate with your custom commands. If you want to disable any of the default commands or custom commands, simply go over to the actions here and click disable. If you want to edit a default command, click options, and then you're going to have a few settings that you can adjust. For example, who can run the command, whether it's everybody that's watching your channel or maybe just moderators. You can also adjust the cooldown, which is the minimum amount of time before the command can be run again by that user level. This is most helpful when you want to avoid spamming certain commands. With the custom commands, we can make unique commands to our channel. So if we want to add one, we're going to click the plus sign over here. And let's say we wanted to add a command for directing people to our YouTube channel. We could simply type in !YouTube, then fill in the rest of the information with what the message will say after that command is run, adjust who can run the command, the cooldown. The alias is another word that you can use to initiate the same command. So for example, if somebody forgot that !YouTube was to find out my YouTube channel, I could also add another one such as !YT. This would initiate all of the same information in the message. And that's pretty much it with the commands. Nightbot also has an option for giveaways, and this is a great tool to use whenever you want to run a giveaway. The bot does all the work for you. Nightbot's giveaway feature is probably one of the best out of all of the bots because it's super easy to set up. They make it super easy to select who can enter the giveaway and also what type of giveaway you want to run. Once your viewers have entered the giveaway, their names will fall under a list right on the left side here under users. What I really love about this feature is that under giveaway type, you can actually adjust the luck of your subscribers versus the luck of regular viewers. You can also adjust the active timeout, which limits the eligibility of those who can enter based on who's been the most active. The logs feature is pretty self-explanatory. It's simply a log of what's happening in your chat. This can be useful if you want to review why somebody might have gotten banned if they're trying to petition to be unbanned, and it can also be helpful for things like giveaways if you want to remember who won a particular giveaway. The regulars feature is a way for you to give access to your Nightbot to regular users. So for example, if I wanted to add one of my moderators to have access to my Nightbot, I would simply do their name, submit it here, and their name will be displayed below the channel regulars. This is especially useful when you want to add something while you're live streaming, but you don't have the capacity to do so. Your regulars can go in there, help you run a giveaway, or maybe add a new command. The song requests feature is a great option if you want to add music to your live stream. The two options available in Nightbot are Auto DJ and Playlist. Auto DJ is where you can put an auto queue of songs you want reproduced on your stream every time you're live. The playlist is where you insert all of the songs that can be requested through the Nightbot. As you probably already know, the DMCA and copyright issue is extremely sensitive with live streaming, both with Twitch and other platforms. The best way to avoid any sort of issues with this is by making sure that you have the rights to play the songs. Nightbot is currently integrated with SoundCloud, so we're going to leave a link in the description below to some royalty-free music that you can use safely while you live stream. To set up song requests, simply go back to the commands, click on default, and then enable the !songs command. Once the command is run by viewers in your chat, they'll be able to have the ability to request songs. Spam protection is pretty self-explanatory. This is a place where you can edit what things you want to regulate in your chat. Things like words, caps, emotes, links, or excess symbols. Basically all of the things that you'd want to regulate to keep your chat clean. Each of these has different options to edit, so I recommend checking out each one individually and seeing what you can do within each filter. Timers are where you can set up the frequency of specific commands like announcements. This can be really useful if you want to give regular information to your community every stream without having to manually type in a command. For example, directing your viewers to your YouTube channel or your social media accounts, giving them information about perks within your channel, or directing your viewers to the different ways that they can support you, such as stream loots. If you wanted to give them information about where they can get your stream loots collections, you could add a timer for that. Adding a timer is no different than adding a command, except you're going to adjust time intervals and chat lines before that event is run. So we can give the name here. Let's say if we want to direct our viewers to our stream loots collection, the message would say, check out my newest stream loots collection here, and then insert the link to your stream loots page. You'll then adjust the interval, which is the amount of time before that command would run, or the chat lines required before that command would run. Once you've done that, you simply submit it and it'll be listed as one of your timers. These can be disabled simply by going over to the actions and disabling them here. The last feature we're going to talk about with Nightbot is the integrations. Right now, Nightbot only has two different integrations, Discord and Muxy. Muxy is an integration that gives you analytics on your channel. The one that most people use is Discord. Integrating Discord with Nightbot allows you to use your Nightbot commands in Discord, which is really nice. If you make commands here, you can also use them in Discord. You can also sync Nightbot regulars to a Discord role, sync Twitch moderators to a Discord role, and filter spam in Discord with the Nightbot. If you use Nightbot and Discord, this is an awesome integration. Once you've finished setting up Nightbot, adding it is as simple as clicking Join Channel. Once you've done that, the bot will begin to interact with your chat. As you can see, Nightbot is extremely easy to use and set up, and it can offer a lot of utility with a lot of different situations you may face while you're live streaming. We hope that this overview of Nightbot was helpful for you. If it was, please let us know by giving us a thumbs up. With all of the bots currently available to live streamers, we'd love to know from you whether or not you use Nightbot or what other bots you use and why. And as always, to learn more about streaming and Streamloots, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the future videos that we have coming out. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.